So the thing you need to know is that you need to know the syntax of a log record: TI, XJ, V1 and V2. So TI is the unique identity of the transaction that performs some read or write operation. XJ is going to be the data item on which you are going to perform the write operation, right? So we are going to record only the write operations. So TI, transaction ID, unique transaction ID of the transaction that performs the write operation. XJ is the data item on which we are going to perform the write operation. V1 is going to be the old value of the data item, and V2 is going to be the new value of the data item, right? So once you know this log record, the additional log records available in this log based recovery are going to be TI start, which denotes the start of your transaction; TI commit, which means that the changes are made permanent to the database; and TI abort, right? So these are the other log records significant to record the significant events during that happens during a transaction processing, right? So whenever a transaction performs a write operation, you are going to generate a log file, right? So the log record is of the format TI, XJ, V1, V2, which means that the transaction TI has performed a write operation on the data item XJ, and V1 is the old value of the data item before the write operation, and V2 is the new value of the data item after the write operation. So we have a simplified example, like whenever we discuss something log based protocol or any protocol, we'll discuss with an example. So you have two transactions. One is debit, one transaction T0 debit $50 from account A and it credits it into account B, right? So the transaction T1, it's going to debit $100 from account C, right? So the initial values of accounts A, B, and C are going to be $1,000, $2,000, and $700 respectively. So you are going to represent this by means of a log records: T0 start, T0 A, initial value was $1,000 for the variable A, and the new value is going to be $950 and so on. So this log record you should generate corresponding to this transaction, right? So whenever there is a write operation, you are going to generate a log record of this format: T0 start, T0 A, $1,000, $950, T0 B, $2,000, $2,050, T0 commit, and so on. So the recovery scheme, it's quite simple. It uses only two procedures: redo of transaction TI and undo of transaction TI. So undo of transaction TI means we are going to restore the old values to the data items, whereas redo of TI means you are going to update the data items that are being modified by the transaction TI to some new values, right? So you have three different cases on which you are going to apply this log based recovery scheme. So the case A, whenever a system performs a log based recovery, it scans the log records. It finds out that there is a transaction T0 start, there is a log record T0 start. However, there is no T0 commit or a T0 rollback. So we are going to do only undo operation. So undo of transaction T0 is performed, and the values of accounts A and B will be A, B, and C will be $1,000, $2,000, and $700 respectively. And second case, you have T0 start and T0 commit. So you need to perform redo operation where we'll be updating the values of the data items A and B. And for T1 start, you don't have T1 commit, so you will be performing undo operation on transaction T1. And finally, the last case, you have your transaction T0 start log record and you have your T0 commit log record. Similarly, you have T1 start log record and you have your T1 commit record. So if a failure occurs after T1 commit operation has been executed, so we'll be executing only the procedure redo of T0 and redo of T1, and the values of accounts A, B, and C will be $950, $2,050, and $600 respectively, right? So by which we will be able to recover a system. So right, so by using this log-based recovery system, you will be able to recover a system even if there is any transaction failure, right? So this is about log-based recovery system. So maybe next class I will teach you shadow paging. I will discuss with 4NF and 5NF, and we'll complete unit 4. Right, so we are well ahead of schedule, right? I think I may be needing another 6 to 7 classes to complete unit 5. I will teach you NoSQL in unit 5 in addition to whatever topics available. So this week we'll work with PHP and SQL. So maybe next week, next class, I will teach you how to work with some basic. I will teach you some basic commands in PHP hypertext preprocessor, so that you will be able to work with PHP and SQL in today's, in this week lab class, right? So that's it for today's class. Any questions from the participants?
No, sir, no doubt.
Right. So that
No doubt, sir.
we'll discuss about working with PHP and SQL. Thank you.